The final day of the 2020 s'more season brings us a muddy, slippery adventure, full of waterfall antics, a check engine light, a tow strap, and finally, my wife agrees we need a winch.
Yeah!
Hey everyone, welcome to GX2 Off-Road. I'm George. Today we're checking out some footage from the Southern Missouri Off-Road Ranch. This is an obstacle called v-knotch. V-knotch was an obstacle I had been wanting to do ever since I'd heard about it. It sounded really interesting, and when I first looked at it, I thought it was going to be pretty difficult. I was actually pretty worried about it. Now, when I was going over this obstacle right here, as you can see in this footage, it just felt kind of like I was going up over a hill and coming down on the other side. Now, a lot of that, of course, has to do with having a good spotter, having a good tire placement, and being able to not have to worry about slipping and falling, even though now that I review the footage, that was definitely a possibility. However, it was really rather easy, and it was not nearly as scary as I thought it was going to be. But I'll tell you what, it was fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. I wanted to point something out. Right here, if you look at the driver's side rear tire, it looked like it could just slide right out from underneath my Jeep, and I could totally fall right on the driver's side. But obviously it didn't happen, and it didn't really feel that way when I was in there. But looking back, wow, that was really fun.
Yeah, that was it. That's it.
Oh, they're going to come up this. We're still new to wheeling, and we're still learning. But here, this waterfall on the Rattler Trail, this was not something I thought anyone would go up. And I still, to this day, watch this footage and am amazed that these guys are able to get up this waterfall. I was glad to be a spectator and glad to be recording it, not doing it.
There you go.
One thing you may notice here is that Kevin doesn't have any mirrors on the sides of his Jeep, and that allows him to get his driver's side really close to that rock wall to get up this obstacle. Oh yeah, and I'm sure with lockers it makes it much easier.
Yeah. Yep, a little bit. Right there.
One thing Steve has that Kevin doesn't have is 4 doors, so he has extra length he has to deal with. In addition, as you can see, Steve does have his mirrors on the side of his Jeep, so he's going to have to be really careful and really conscious of the fact that they are there.
Keep on coming. Keep on coming, keep perfect. That's what you look at. As long as you don't lean too far. Just go straight up. Go back to lean.
Sometimes you just need a little push from a friend. There's that rock again.
You got it. You got it. Okay. Okay. You're up.
So which way are we choosing to go? Here we are at a decision point about taking the trail called Moonshine on the right.
Go straight or right, not left. I'm gonna try it. Don't think you'll tear anything up on your Jeep, but it's a little bit harder than this trail.
So is this obstacle right here, Kevin? Is this the hardest part of this next trail?
It's got one more spot that's just about as hard, probably. It's not as steep, but it's a little slicker.
Kevin has no idea how much of an understatement that's going to become.
John, you'll have to use a little bit of speed to get up this. Good job.
This clip here gives you some really good perspective about what this obstacle is like. John just got up this, and we're about to take it on.
Hang on a second. You're good. Yeah, good. Just like you got turned. Just like that. Just like that.
When we took this obstacle on, it had been raining and it was really muddy and really slippery. I'm looking forward to coming back and trying this again when it's dry. Even with lockers, I was struggling to get up this obstacle because of how slippery it was. I am so thankful my wonderful wife is willing to record these clips for me. That spot right there was a spot that, from my view, she had a look of terror on her face as I came right towards her in the trees.
Once you get going, don't stop.
Here you see Kevin's wife Kathy doing a fantastic job getting their Jeep up that same obstacle. This gives you a good perspective of what's coming up next. Mud, rock, water, a spring, and tire tracks in the clay on the walls. This perspective makes what we just saw look a lot easier than it really was. Trust me, it was not easy. We've made it to the spot I was referring to earlier when I mentioned that Kevin didn't know how much of an understatement he had made. There's a lot to go over in this segment of this particular trail. Put it this way, I spent 20 minutes trying to get up this one obstacle. There's a rock that's going to be sticking out of the side of the hill there, right next to the Jeep, and right kind of where Kevin is standing. When he moves, you should be able to see that rock that jets out from the side of the wall, right there. From my perspective, I almost put that rock into the side of my driver's side door. Continuing in the 20-minute long slip-a-thon that I was in, this impact with the wall triggered my check engine light. I shut the car off and turned it back on, and everything was fine.
Small dent in that fender there, George, ain't gonna kill you. Whoa, right there.
There had been times where we had to be pulled off the tires on the playground area here at SMORR. Part of that was due to being new and learning how to actually do wheeling and go off-roading. This was the first time we had to get pulled on the trail, and I'll tell you, it's really, really good to go wheeling with people and not go alone. I'm really thankful that Ben was able to pull me out.
Further. Right there.
One thing I found to be really amazing is how he only had to pull me just a little bit to get me up over the edge, and then I was able to go on my own. It's crazy how much just a little bit of pull or a little traction really makes a huge difference.
One more. You got this. Here, you ready to take this?
Hey everyone, thanks for checking out GX2 Off-Road. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate a thumbs up on the video, and give me some comments about the type of things you liked and the type of things you'd like to see. I'm really looking forward to getting back on the trail again soon, and hope to see you there.